My name is Elena Harper. I was 32 when my husband, Tom, died in a car crash. One moment, we were a happy family in our small house on Maple Street. The next, I was alone with our 5-year-old daughter, Lily. Tom had been the breadwinner, a mechanic who fixed cars with his strong hands and kind smile. I worked part-time as a seamstress, mending clothes for neighbors. We weren't rich, but we had enough. Love filled the gaps. After the funeral, I held Lily close as she sobbed into my dress. "Mommy, where's Daddy?" she asked, her tiny voice breaking. I didn't have an answer, but I promised her and myself that I would keep us going, no matter what. The years blurred together. I sewed dresses by day and took night classes to learn accounting. Lily grew into a smart, fiery girl. She had Tom's dark curls and my green eyes. School came easy to her. Teachers said she had a business mind. By high school, she dreamed of starting her own company. "I'll make us millionaires, Mom," she'd say, eyes sparkling. I'd smile and nod, hiding the ache in my chest. I wanted her to fly high, but I worried she'd forget to look back. What Lily didn't know, what I never told her, was my secret. After Tom's death, grief swallowed me. I couldn't sleep, so I started reading books on investing. One night, I found an old stock tip in Tom's toolbox scribbled on a napkin. It was about a small tech company. With our savings I bought shares. Against all odds, it boomed. I turned that into $50,000, then $500,000. I learned fast. Quietly, under a fake name, E. Blackwood. No one knew, not even Lily. I poured money into startups, real estate, and bonds. By the time Lily turned 18, I was worth millions. But I lived simple. Our house stayed the same. I drove an old sedan. I wanted Lily to build her own path, not ride on mine. "Why do we always eat beans and rice, Mom?" Lily complained at 17, pushing her plate away. "Can't we afford steak?" I laughed it off. "Steaks for special days, sweetie. This keeps us strong." She rolled her eyes. "You're so boring. Dad would have hated this." Her words stung like thorns. Tom loved beans and rice, but Lily was pulling away. College changed her. She studied business at a fancy school on a scholarship. Weekends, she'd come home with stories of parties and rich friends. "Mom, you should get a real job. Something glamorous." I bit my tongue. My real job was sewing, but my real power was in boardrooms I never entered. As E. Blackwood, I funded apps and eco-firms from my laptop in the kitchen. Graduation day, Lily hugged me tight. "I'm starting my company, Mom. Lilitech. We'll revolutionize fashion apps. Investors are lining up." I beamed, pride swelling. "You'll do great, Lily. Just remember, success isn't everything." She waved me off. Yeah, love you. But loosen up." That was the last warm hug we shared for years. Lily's company took off like a rocket. Lilitech connected designers with buyers online. She rented a sleek office in the city, hired a team of 20-somethings in hoodies. Social media buzzed with her face. "Young entrepreneur shakes up fashion." Magazines called her a self-made star. She forgot about me more each day. Phone calls shortened to texts. "Busy, Mom. Talk later." I watched from afar. As E. Blackwood, I saw her pitch deck cross my desk, emailed to a list of investors. It was brilliant. Risky, but brilliant. I almost funded her, but something held me back. Pride? Fear? I wanted her to earn it. Instead, I sent anonymous care packages to her office, homemade cookies, a note saying, "Proud of you." She never replied. 2 years in, trouble brewed. Lily expanded too fast. She borrowed big from banks, chased trends like viral sneakers and AI stylists. Her team whispered about burnout, but Lily pushed harder. "We're going public soon." She'd post on Instagram, champagne glass in hand. One evening she called, "Mom, come to the launch party. Wear something nice." I dusted off my best dress, a simple black one I'd sewn myself. The venue was a rooftop in downtown, lights twinkling like stars. Lily spotted me by the bar. "Mom, what are you doing here?" Her voice was sharp, eyes scanning my outfit. "I came to support you," I said, smiling. She grabbed my arm, pulling me to a corner. "This isn't your scene. Go home. You're embarrassing me." My heart twisted. "Lily, I'm your mother, and I'm building an empire. Investors are here, big ones. You look useless." Like you wandered in from the wrong life. The word hit like a slap. Useless. All those nights I rocked her to sleep, sewed her prom dress, skipped meals so she could have braces. Useless. Tears burned my eyes, but I swallowed them. If that's how you see me, I'll go. She turned away, already laughing with a suit-wearing man. I slipped out, the city lights blurring as I drove home. That night, I sat in the dark kitchen, staring at Tom's old photo. What did I do wrong? I whispered. The next morning, Lily texted, "Pack your things. I'm selling the house. Need the cash for the company. You can rent a room somewhere." No call. No sorry. Just that. I didn't fight. I packed a suitcase, clothes, photos, my laptop, left the key on the counter, drove to a quiet motel on the edge of town. And that's when I decided, no more hiding. But not yet. As Blackwood, I watched Lily's world spin faster. Her company needed one more big investor to go public. A meeting was set with a mysterious fund, Blackwood Ventures. Me. I'd use a proxy, a lawyer named Mr. Grant, to represent me. No face. Just money and terms. Suspense built in my chest like a storm. Would she recognize the name? No, Blackwood was a ghost. The meeting was virtual. I watched from my motel room. Screen split. Lily in her office, polished and poised. Mr. Grant's feed showed a blank wall. Blackwood Ventures is interested, Mr. Grant said, voice steady. But we need assurances. No drama. Solid leadership. Lily leaned in, charm on full blast. We're solid. Team's tight. Revenue's up 300%. They talked numbers. Then, the hook. One condition, Mr. Grant said. Pull back on the expansion. Focus on core app. Too much risk. Lily's smile faltered. Risk? That's how we grow. Who even are you? Some old fogey hiding behind a screen? Mr. Grant paused. I held my breath. Blackwood has seen companies like yours crash, he replied. Heed the advice. She laughed, a sharp, brittle sound. Blackwood? Sounds like a villain from a bad movie. Tell your boss to stick to knitting. We don't need lectures from ghosts. The call ended. Lily slammed her laptop, muttering curses. I closed mine, heart pounding. Insult delivered. Die cast. Days passed in a haze. I moved to a small apartment, paid in cash from my sewing gigs, but online as Blackwood, I pulled strings. Whispers to other investors. Lilitech's unstable. Leadership issues. Leaks about debt. A bad review planted in a trade blog. Overhyped. Founder arrogant. Lily didn't notice at first. She partied harder. Posted selfies with celebrities. Deals closing soon. Hashtag boss life. But cracks showed. One night, my phone rang, her number. I let it go to voicemail. Mom? Where are you? The house sold. I need. Never mind. Click. I listened again and again, her voice wobbly. Suspense gnawed at me. Part of me wanted to call back, but the hurt was too fresh. Useless. Echoed in my head. A week later, headlines trickled in. Lilitech faces funding drought. Stocks dipped if they had any. Partners bailed. Lily's posts turned frantic. Fake news. We're stronger than ever. Then, the big pull. Blackwood Ventures withdrew. Publicly. Due to concerns over management maturity. The internet exploded. Who is Blackwood? Forums buzzed. Some billionaire hermit pulling strings? Lily's response? A live stream rant. Blackwood's a coward, hiding like a scared kid. If he showed his face, I'd tell him, step aside for the young blood. Views soared, but so did the damage. Banks called loans. Employees quit. By week's end, Lilitech filed for bankruptcy. I read the news in a coffee shop, rain pattering the window. My coffee went cold. Suspense twisted tighter. What now? Would she break? Or bend? 3 days later, a knock at my apartment door. Soft, hesitant. I peeked through the peephole. Lily. Makeup smeared. Hair wild. Coat soaked from the rain. She clutched a soggy purse like a lifeline. I opened the door. She looked up. Eyes red. Mom. I stepped aside. Come in. She stumbled inside, dripping on the worn carpet. Collapsed on the couch. Sobs shaking her. It's all gone, Mom. Everything. The company. Bankrupt. Investors hate me. My team's gone. I have nothing. I sat across from her, hands folded. Simple words, but my mind raced. Suspense hung heavy. Who would break the silence first? I'm sorry, she whispered finally. For everything. The house. Calling you useless. I was scared. Thought if I acted big, it'd make it real. I nodded, voice steady. It hurt, Lily. More than you know. She wiped her face. I get it now. You were always there. Quiet, but strong. I threw you away like trash. Silence stretched. Rain drummed outside. I thought of Tom, of the napkin in his toolbox, of shares turning to fortunes. Why did you come here? I asked. She looked around the tiny space, second-hand furniture. My sewing machine in the corner. This is where you live? God, Mom. I thought you were fine. Renting or something. But this? It's home. I said simply. No, you deserve better. I deserve worse. Fresh tears. Can you forgive me? Just help me fix this? Fix this. The words ignited the spark. Suspense built like a wave. I stood, walked to my laptop on the kitchen table, opened it. Lily watched, confused. What are you doing? Showing you something. I turned the screen. Emails from Blackwood Ventures. The withdrawal notice. The leaks traced back subtly to my IP. Her eyes widened. Blackwood? You know them? I took a breath. Simple English for a simple truth. I am them. She blinked. What? E. Blackwood, Elena Blackwood. It's me, Lily. Your mother. The room froze. Her mouth opened. Closed. No, that's impossible. You're a seamstress. I clicked files. Bank statements. Millions in assets. Properties I owned under shells. The first stop by Tom's napkin scanned and saved. I started small, after Dad died, to keep us safe. But I never told you. Wanted you to stand alone. She stared, color draining. You funded half the city, and you let me beg? You pulled the plug? I didn't pull it all, I said, voice even. You insulted the investor, called him a ghost who should knit. That was me, through Mr. Grant. Realization crashed over her. She stood, wobbling. You ruined me. For revenge? Not revenge. I met her eyes. A lesson. You treated people like steps on a ladder. Me first, then investors. Arrogance blinds you. She backed away, hitting the wall. I called you useless. And you, this. You're the villain. Suspense piqued her fury. My calm. Rain thundered now. Sit down, Lily. She didn't, paced instead. Breaths ragged. All those years pretending to be poor, watching me struggle while you swam in cash. What kind of mother? The kind who raised you alone. I cut in, sharper than intended. Sewed your clothes. Cheered your wins. When you threw me out, I could have bought a mansion. Instead, I waited to see if you'd learn. She stopped. Fists clenched. Learn what? That you're a monster? That family matters more than empires. I softened. Tom taught me that. On that napkin. Invest in what lasts. I thought it was stocks. It was us. Tears streamed down her face. She slid to the floor, knees up. I hate you, but I need you. Please, Mom. Help me. The wave broke. I knelt beside her, pulled her close like when she was 5. She resisted, then melted, sobbing into my shoulder. I'm sorry. So sorry. We sat like that for hours. Rain eased to drizzle. Suspense faded to quiet ache. Morning came gray. Lily woke on the couch, puffy-eyed. I made coffee strong black. What now? She asked, voice small. Now we rebuild. Together. I slid a folder across the table. Printouts from Blackwood Ventures. There's a clause. Bankruptcy doesn't end it. I can buy back Lilitech. For a price. She snatched it. Scanned pages. You plan this? Guarded against it. Simple truth. But conditions. You step down as CEO. Learn first. Work under a mentor. And apologize. Publicly. To everyone you burned. Her jaw tightened. Apologize? To the world? To start healing? I sipped coffee. Or walk away. Your choice. She stared out the window, city waking below. Suspense lingered not in revenge, but in her heart. Minutes ticked. Then, a nod. Okay. But not alone. I smiled. First real one in months. Never alone. The weeks blurred into work. Lily moved in awkward at first. We shared the tiny space, laughing over burnt toast, crying over old photos. She blogged her story. From peak to pit. My fall and rise. Views poured in. Not pity, respect. Authentic, commenters said. Blackwood Ventures me repurchased Lilitech. Renamed it Harper Threads. Lily trained under a quiet veteran. Miss Ruiz. She sewed samples. Learned supply chains. Feels real, she'd say. Needles flying. One night, over beans and rice steak night was Friday, she asked, "Why hide it all, Mom?" I thought of Tom. Feared you'd resent me. Or worse, lean too hard. Wanted you fierce. She squeezed my hand. I was fierce. And foolish. Now, I'm grateful. The launch was small. Our rooftop, same as before. Friends, not flashy suits. Lily spoke. I lost everything. Insulted my biggest backer. Turns out, it was my mom. The useless one I threw out. Laughter rippled. She taught me. Build with heart, not ego. Applause thundered. I stood in back. Tears silent. Harper. Threads grew slow. Steady. Lily dated a kind guy from accounting, no fireworks. Just quiet joy. Years later, at her wedding small garden, white tense, she pulled me aside. Mommy Blackwood, thank you. I hugged her tight. Just Elena, always. Suspense, life's full of it. But in the end, it's the quiet threads that hold us. The ones we sew ourselves.